So we are recording, and tonight we are talking about ways to kickstart our business into the fall. In case you haven't noticed, August is almost over. I don't know where it went, but it is gone. And September, October, November is totally always the time that kickstarts people's businesses. So the summer is always slow. We talk about the summer being a time that we are planting seeds. And in planting seeds, you are building relationships and you are keeping the word out there, and people know what you do and they know why you do it and they know your passion for it. And then when they settle in and when they are ready, that is when all your work all summer kind of helps you in launching something great in the fall. And so we were planting seeds, and now we want to be ready for that fall to launch. So I'm excited. Labor Day is almost here. That's a huge time of shift in our businesses. It's typically a network marketing thing that the summer is very slow. That's just the way network marketing goes. There's always seasons in different businesses. You think of retail and how we're heading into the retail season when it's very busy. We're heading into a network marketing season when it's going to be very busy. So it's exciting, but we need to be ready for it. So the first thing I wanted to announce is I am going to be doing a back to fitness challenge. So it's going to be like a back to school, but it's going to be back to fitness. The image that I borrowed from a friend actually says back to school, and it crosses through and it says fitness above it. And so what we're going to do is it's going to be open to everyone, and it's going to be open for you to invite your friends. And I'll tell you more about this on the team page, but it is going to start right after Labor Day. And it's going to be a way that for 30 days, we're going to share health information, health testimonies, Plexus information, but it's not just for people who bought Plexus. So the idea will be to encourage your friends just to join you in getting healthy, helping support them in getting healthy. And obviously we will have those who do Plexus in there, and then those who don't, and they will learn more about Plexus in there. It's going to be something that I've really gained a love and a passion for recently over the summer. I've been learning and studying macronutrients, which we'll get into on another day. But if you want to look up what macronutrients are, it's essentially like the proteins and the fats. And so every calorie is not equal, and we'll get into all that. But anyway, it's really awesome. It really changes things. And so we're going to do stuff about that and just getting healthy and getting out and exercising. And I think it will draw in a lot of your friends who want to get healthy, and then they'll learn more about how Plexus helps with that. We'll have people giving testimonies on different days, whatever. So anyway, Back to Fitness Challenge is going to start right after Labor Day. I will post something about it this week in our team page to kind of explain more and how you get people involved and where it's going to be. It's going to be a group, etc. But I'm super excited about that. Like I said, this is the time people are launching into. Kids go back to school, and they are all about finally settling in and getting their health in order and prioritizing themselves going into the fall. So it's a great time for this. So that's all I want to say about that tonight. But I want to talk to you about kickstarting your business. So obviously that's a part of it. This is going to be a tool that we use to help promote our businesses. Obviously social media is a huge tool that we use. If you guys have not noticed all the new before and afters, then you must be living in a hole because they're amazing and they're everywhere. And I'm super excited about them. They've actually even changed the information you have to give on the website to make them even better. They've honed in on dates. They're not asking the exact questions they were, so there's no confusion on what your dates mean. Because if you see, there are a few testimonies out there that say, oh, in 2,000 days, I lost 20 pounds. Not real impressive. But it was just putting in the wrong dates and not really understanding what the question was asking. So they've really honed that in, and it's even better now. If you have not gone out to put your before and after out there, jump on it, do it, and we can't wait to see them. You can post them in our compliant testimonies group. So lots of great stuff going on to help you launch your business. Tonight, you know, I do these level 1 through 3s, and that's what this is. If you're in here, you are in my level 1 through 3. And the reason I do it this way sometimes is because really I want you all to learn duplication, and I want you to feel like you have ownership, not real ownership, over your team. They're your team. They're your people who know you best, and they want to hear from you more than they want to hear from me. And so my goal is to train you in new ways that you can then turn around and train your team. So I hope that you will feel encouraged to do that through these trainings, that is how I learn. I learn from others, and then I bring to you what I've learned, and then I want you to take what you learn and bring it to your teams. They need to see you as a leader, and if you have even one ambassador on your team, you are a leader, and you just have to get comfortable with that. And so being able to share information with your team is a huge way to be able to begin to get comfortable with that. Whether you choose to do a video, whether you choose to do a live Zoom, whether you choose to type out information and break up what I tell you across 2 weeks and give little tidbits for the next 2 weeks and seem ever so knowledgeable and amazing to your team, it doesn't matter how it gets presented to them, as long as you realize your job is to present this to them. So with that, we're going to talk about Kickstart in fall. First thing we all have to learn to do is be coachable. And I think that comes easier to some than it does to others. But part of being coachable is being open-minded. And so we have to be open-minded to new ideas. We have to be open-minded to the fact that we might not be doing things the right way, or there might be a better way. We have to have an open heart. We have to really just be open and receiving to information from people, to listen to people, to slow down, to learn, and just, especially if you're struggling in your business, you need to be open to not only hearing, but actually receiving and processing the information that is given to you by your leaders. And I love something that I heard in a training about being coachable. You have to be willing to acknowledge that you don't know what you don't know. And so I think sometimes we feel like, nope, I know enough. Nope, I read that book. Nope, I watched that video. I'm good. And we're so closed-minded to the thought that there is so much we don't know. And I mean, that's me too. There's a ton I don't know. I'm constantly trying to learn. I'm constantly listening to trainings. I'm constantly, watching new videos, even on things that by this point I should know well. I'm still watching the videos and still rewatching videos for the 5th and 6th and 7th time, because I want to be open to the fact that I can continue to learn and grow in more ways. So be open to the fact that if you're closed-minded, then you're not even open to the fact that there's more for you to learn. Be open to learning. So we have to be coachable, and we have to help our teams to be coachable. And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes people are resistant to that. A great phrase that I heard that you can use with people is, if I knew something that could really help your business, would you want me to tell you? It allows them the opportunity to be a little bit more open, because typically they're going to say, yeah, I want to know. And then you say, listen, I think you need to be a little more open to what I teach you. You need to be a little bit open to reading more books. You need to be a little bit more open to being more coachable. Because that can be a stumbling block for people, for sure, is kind of that closed-mindedness. Number 2 is be a leader. Like I said, if you have even one person on your team, you are a leader. Your job as a leader is to help your team every day. No matter how many times they ask the same question, it's your job to help them. You might help them learn where to go find the information. You might help them learn how to feel more confident in themselves. You might not be helping them in the same way every time, but it's your job to help your team. It's also your job to lead by example. If you have expectations for your team to do certain things, then you have to be doing those same things. If you expect your team to be, and I feel like a broken record when I say this one, but I'm going to tell you anyway. If you expect them to be posting or commenting on posts on your team page, you better be commenting on posts on your upline's page. You're leading by example. If you expect them to be present and active in a team call, you better be present and active in all the team calls. Not just the ones you're leading, but the ones that are being led by your leaders and their leaders, and whatever you're available, whatever's opportunities out there for you, be active and present in that if that's what you expect from your team. If you want really engaging posts from them, post really engaging posts, because they're learning from you. Everything you do is what they're learning. So you have to be really great at trying to lead by example. And then as a leader, personal development is huge. Y'all, if you are not growing and stretching as a person, not a leader. There's leadership books, and that's important, don't get me wrong, but there's personal development books. And it's really important that you develop who you are, your belief in yourself, your belief in what you're doing, the way you present yourself, the way you speak on a training, the way you answer questions for your team. All of that is about personal development and personal growth, and it's hard. You have to change. You have to come out of your comfort zone, and we've talked about that. Your comfort zone's real tiny. Every time you get out of it, it stretches a little bit. It never goes back to that tiny little comfort zone it was. And it's hard to continually stretch ourselves, but it's really important because people are watching what you're doing and they're going to do what you do. If you're never getting out of your comfort zone, no one on your team is going to. If you're never being bold in what you post on Facebook about the business or being bold in what you share, person to person with someone or in a private chat or whatever, then no one else is going to. If you're not using three-way calls, no one else is going to. You set the pace, you set the speed, you set the level of expectation for your entire team. So you have to consider that. Number 3, stay focused on your goal and on your why. That's huge. And make sure your team knows what their goal and their why is. When things get hard, and they do, when you get tired, when you get overwhelmed, when, just garbage comes into life, you have to have that vision of where you're going with Plexus. Whether it's financially helping sick children, whether it is, not having to work a second job or being able to stay at home with your kids or whatever it is that, gets you going and that's your huge why, then you have to remember that. Have a vision board. If you don't have a vision board where you see the vision of where you're going with Plexus, you need to make one, like tomorrow. You have to have something, whether it's cut out pictures from a magazine or it's, pick collage on Facebook and you've stolen a bunch of, images off the internet and posted them all together. Screensaver on your phone, screensaver on your computer, whatever. Print it out and stick it somewhere. You have to be able to see where you're going, because otherwise it makes the rest of this so challenging if you don't see that vision. And then you want to be able to answer this question: why are you in multi-level marketing? If someone asks you that question, why do you do Plexus? Why are you in this business? Why do you do multi-level marketing? Why do you do network marketing? Whatever. Do you have an answer? Do you know your why? Do you know why you do this? Is it to change people's lives? Is it to get financial freedom? Is it a mixture of both? Or are you just really like, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it. And again, that goes back to personal growth. You have to learn who you are and why you're doing this and what you're benefiting from, what others are benefiting from in having you in this. Okay, hold on. Number 4, this is huge, 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 huge. Your mindset matters so much, so much. I cannot even express to you enough how much your mindset is going to be what makes or breaks you in this business. Because every single one of us has hard days. Believe me, we do. If you ever came and lived in my house, you would see some hard days. But that's not going to get me down because my mindset is positive. I will speak like literally out loud, like, this is not going to ruin my day. This is not going to get me down. You are not going to win, devil. Like, people might think I'm crazy if they were walking around with me around my house, but you have to speak life and speak truth into your life. And I mean literally words coming out of your mouth. If the words coming out of your mouth are negative, you are going to feel negative and you're always going to see negative things happening around you. It's all you're going to see if it's all you're speaking. And that means complaining to a spouse constantly, complaining to a best friend constantly, your upline constantly, or just thinking it in your head. If it's negative, negative, negative out, then it's going to be negative, negative, negative in. Your business is going to suffer. Your marriage is going to suffer, whatever. You're going to struggle in all kinds of ways if you're constantly speaking negativity. It's called the law of attraction. You can look it up. It's a real thing. I'm not making this up. The law of attraction essentially says you attract what you speak. If you are constantly speaking negative, you will constantly see and attract negative. And so it's not, I mean, you can watch my life on Facebook. You clearly know I don't live some glorious everyday palm fronds, fanning me and drinking a margarita or whatever. Like, that's not my life. But I don't see it as all negative. I have negative moments. I have hard moments, but I'm speaking positive. I'm thinking positive. Tomorrow's going to be better. An hour from now is going to be better. Whatever. This is okay. I can get through this. Whatever it is, it has to be positive. The more you say it over time, the more you will really think it. And there will come a time where it actually truly deep in your core is what you truly believe. And I don't think that happens the first time you say out loud, this is okay, I'm going to make it through this. You're not thinking it, like you don't really think it. But the more you say it over and over and over again, the more it really does become true. So I would say for anybody who, struggles with your mindset, it really is, again, personal development, huge. Start reading some books on mindset, and there are tons of them. You can go to Amazon or you can go to Google and just put in personal development mindset or personal development law of attraction, or just simply the law of attraction, and read about that. A couple other examples, and then we're going to talk about one more thing. Don't contact people with the negative assumption that they're going to say no about Plexus. Don't go into a conversation like, well, I'm going to go have coffee with her, but I know she doesn't have any interest in this. Again, it's that negative mindset. You have an air of negativity about you when you go into an event, or when you go into an opportunity, when you go into a voice call. If you're sending a private message to somebody by voice and you feel negative about it, you're going to sound negative about it. I always tell y'all, lots of exclamation points and smiley faces and you're a cheerleader. You have to bring that air and not allow the negativity. And it doesn't mean that you're not scared. Like, I did that post yesterday that has the writing on my picture and talking about, how Plexus has changed my life. And I literally am like, phone over here, like, okay, I'm just going to close my eyes and hit send. Like, I kind of wanted to vomit, like even thinking of sending it. But at the same time, I'm like, no, you can do this. Don't be so negative about it. It's going to be fine, whatever. Again, getting out of your comfort zone and being positive about things. And, nobody died. We're all good. So don't go into things negatively. Your mindset in every aspect of this business and in your life really, really matters. So along with mindset, something really new that I want to talk about tonight is branding yourself and attraction marketing. And they go right in this, this 4 steps of how we're going to have a better fall. We're going to be coachable. We're going to be a good leader. We're going to stay focused on our why. And we're going to focus on our mindset and making sure our mindset is good. When we have a good mindset, then we can really focus on our brand and our attraction marketing. So every single one of you has a brand, whether you want to or not. You are branded. And you can change your brand if you end up, after our little conversation, not liking the brand that you figure out you have. But you have a brand. And essentially a brand is, what is the first 5 things that someone would think of you. Let me try this again. What are the first 5 things someone would think of when they think of your name? That is your brand. So when you think of my name, there are probably things that pop into your head. I would think that you probably think of adoption. You probably think of special needs children. You, I don't know, hopefully think some other positive things. We're not going to figure that one out tonight, but maybe, think of someone who is courageous, or think of someone who is, brave to share their story on Facebook, whatever. You think hopefully of positive things, encouraging things, a Jesus follower, uplifting things, when you think of me? Every one of you has things that people think of when they look at you on Facebook. And we want to be aware of what those things are. And we want to make sure that they are positive things. Because literally, someone's going to join Plexus with you, not because of the business, not because of the products. The number one reason they're going to join Plexus with you is because of you and the brand you have set before you, who they see you as. Do they see you as someone they want to do business with? Even taking products from you, do they see you as someone that they want to be that personally connected with on a monthly basis, constantly hearing from you, constantly talking to you? Is that a positive experience for them, or is that a negative experience for them? So when you're thinking about branding yourself, don't stress out right now if you think, oh my gosh, I don't have a brand. I don't know what she's talking about. Like, I think a brand takes a really long time, and sometimes it has to be really intentional. But here's a few really simple things with your brand. Do not bring negativity to Facebook or anywhere. We've already talked about it. Mindset matters. But really, like, in my opinion, now this part's totally just my opinion, politics, I intentionally, unless you know me really, 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 really well, you have no idea what I think in politics. And there's a reason for that. It's just not always positive. It can be a very negative experience, and I don't want my brand to include any negativity like that. So I'm not bringing any negativity. I'm going to be really true and genuine to who I am. And to me, that really means, when we've had a crap day here and half the house is destroyed and Aiden just threw his, 17th hot dog on the floor, like, I make a joke out of it, and I'm true and genuine in what my life really is. Your life isn't going to look the same, but just don't be fake is all I'm saying. Be the real you. Don't have somebody know you in person and know you on Facebook and go, that's not what, that's crazy. That's not even the same person. Build friendships on Facebook. Be intentional in building your friendships and allowing people to see who you are on Facebook. And then with your brand, get into new groups. I'm in adoption groups. I'm in special needs family groups. I created a new special needs group here in my local school because we didn't have one. And so I gathered a bunch of families and we created a new group just for our special needs parents so that we have some place to talk. And so, yes, obviously some of that is just genuine, we need a place to talk, but some of it also is, I want to get to know these women better. I want to be able to help them. A lot are stay-at-home moms and whatever. And so, this business and these products can clearly help them as well. So get involved in Facebook groups, meet new people, friend the people who you meet around town, and then be true and genuine in who you are. Your brand, it really matters. You can scroll back through your Facebook, your page, and kind of see if you're setting the brand that you really want to. And if there is negativity, delete it. It's not too late. If you don't really know who you are or what your brand is, ask somebody. Ask your upline or ask a power partner or ask a best friend, like, what are 5 things you'd say about me? And then maybe intentionally start posting about those things. If people say, oh, you're so inspiring, you're so great at sharing great quotes, you're so great at sharing about Jesus, you're so great at sharing about your family, whatever it is. I love to see your kids. I love this. I love that. Whatever it is about you that is true and genuine, bring more of that to Facebook because that's what draws people into you. And that's your brand. And then the last thing is attraction marketing. They go hand in hand. That's why we're talking about both. Attraction marketing is essentially taking your brand and making it a way to draw people to you. So does your brand make people want to learn more about you? Does your brand really represent who you are, who Plexus is? Because you're also, obviously, Plexus is going to be a part of your brand. I think people, I'm sure that would be one of the first things people would say about me as well. I should have added that to my list was, you're a little obsessed with this Plexus stuff, Melissa. Part of what attraction marketing is make sure that your brand adds value to people. Do you share health information? Do you share success stories, from the Olympics, something uplifting for people? Do you share positivity every day? Is there a reason someone would want to see you in their news feed in a way that adds value? You have to be consistent, and you have to deliver on what you claim. So if you are constantly saying that you're going to give away 3-day trials and then you never do, nobody ever gets them in the mail, or, oh, I'm going to do this great 21-day success, 21-day challenge, and then you actually never do it, and people on your team or whomever say, oh yeah, she always says she's going to do this stuff and she never does. Again, that's your brand. You have to be true and genuine to who you are. But the attraction is, man, every single time she says she's going to do something, she does it. Every single time she says we're going to have a challenge, we have it. She says we're going to have a call on Thursday night, we're going to be there. She's going to be there no matter what, whatever. That's all part of that attraction marketing, attracting people to you and then keeping people attracted to you who are on your team. They have an ABC for attraction marketing. Align yourself with your audience. So that's be relatable. Believe in your business and your product, and communicate and connect with people consistently. So those are the 3. To be good at attraction marketing, you're aligning yourself with people. So you want to be relatable to your audience. You want to connect with your audience. You want to make sure your Facebook friends know you and you know them. You want to believe in your business and in your products, which I think we all strongly believe in our business and products. If we don't, that's a whole nother training. Y'all should go find out some training on belief and watch some videos and some testimonials, because there's nothing to not believe in this business and in these products. And then communicate and connect consistently. And consistency on your team pages, with your team, on Facebook, plugging in with your friends and whatever. All of that consistency in communicating with all different aspects is huge. And look at that, 9:27. Okay, so I have a challenge for you. If you feel like you are a rather negative person, or you struggle with being positive, or you're just at a season in life right now where being positive is a struggle, I would challenge you to reach out to me. And I have a video I want you to watch that I'm going to send to you privately. And then I am going to do a chat with anybody who wants to. Would do a group chat, and it's going to be a 21-day mindset challenge. And so in the challenge, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to share in the group, in the chat, 3 positive things that happen to you every single day for 21 days. And the power of thinking those through, speaking them out loud, and writing them down in that chat, I'm telling you, will change your mind and change your mindset. So if you feel like you're just a negative person, you feel like you're going through a negative time, you just want to check out the 21-day challenge, I'm going to do it too. We can all be more positive, so don't feel like there's any judgment in joining this. It can be for anyone and everyone, but it will be a great way for 21 days to be really positive, and uplift each other and just be encouraged by each other. And so I'll send you that video if you message me and tell me you want to see it. And then everybody should watch The Secret, and it is all about mindset. And if you have not seen it, it's on Netflix. At least it was the last time I looked. You might even be able to find it on YouTube for free. It is a free movie on Netflix, and it is called The Secret. The Secret. And so that is a fantastic movie, a documentary on mindset and on shifting your mindset and the power of the words that you speak. So anyway, 9:29, and we are done.